since I'd done that title. The sun's disappeared, look. Oh. There was DOGS, did you see that there in the background? Right, Poppy, lie down. People are taking their DOGS out. Talking in code here, talking in code. So anyway, hopefully the sun will come back out. It was beautiful there. I was just about to get my chair out and say, oh, you want to see my seeds? My seeds are all sprouting. It's wonderful. And say, oh, you want to see my seeds? My seeds are all sprouting. It's wonderful. Sound. What my leg. What my leg. Good morning, sweet Jenny. Good morning to you. Good morning. I hope you're doing good this morning. I'm doing very well. Although I didn't get to bed till late last night, which is not like me, but I was up watching the end of the trial. So, in fact, I'm going to put my arms in my house coat because I'm a bit cold. So, there we go. That's what I do. Usually Poppy comes under here with me, so she might. Yeah, I watched the ending of the closing arguments of the trial last night, so it'll be interesting to see how long the jury's going to be out on this case. I just hope everything's peaceful. I hope there's no riots and all that over in the beautiful USA. Jessica, good morning to you. I hope you're doing good this morning. The sun was... see, honest to... that's how quickly it changes here in Scotland. When I done this title, it was scorchio outside. And now it's kind of grey looking. Anyway, see, as long as the rain's off, I'm going to be sitting outside. If I've got to wear 2 jackets, I'll be outside. Oh, Jenny. You got breakfast. Do you know, it's been so... I can't even remember the last time I got breakfast in bed. Can't even remember. It's been about 20 years or so. It's been a long, long time since somebody made me breakfast in bed. Please excuse the hair. I wish this bit would stay in the ponytail. Look, see, it's just too short. I have actually brushed my hair today. It doesn't look like it, but it's been brushed. I'm a natural beauty, really. I'm a natural, look at it, a natural beauty. Goldust, good morning, my beautiful Goldust. Good morning. Don't know what happened to this. I'll show you out my window again. Don't know what happened to the sunshine. I hope the sun comes back. Her school is shut today. There's no water. Oh, there's no water in the school. That's... well, I hope they sort that out soon. Remember, it was a couple of years ago, touch wood, it doesn't happen again, that the sewage thing had burst up the road there, and I had a river of sewage, I nearly said the word, flying down my driveway. That was terrible, and it was really hot as well. It was hot sunshine. I couldn't even open my windows. That was bad. I remember that. That was horrible. I hope that never happens again. And they said that they would get a guy to come and clean and disinfect. He had a tiny wee squishy thing, just went squish, squish, squish. I bought about 10 bottles of bleach and poured it all over my wall, my paths, everywhere. Good morning, golfer girl. There's my lovely golfer girl. Good morning. I hope so, God, that it was sunny out. As I made the title of this, it was lovely and sunny out there. I was just thinking I'll get my chair out as soon as I finish the live stream and get out there to sit. But I don't know if I'll be going out now. It's kind of... Good morning, sweet Hayley. Good morning, Hayley. My lovely Hayley. I'm not happy now that my sons went away. Anyway, I'll be just be watching YouTube stuff. I'm watching Bigfoot things. I know a lot of people don't believe in Bigfoot. I think Bigfoot is a real thing, actually. I'd love to go Bigfoot hunting. I think I'd need a wee bit of flavouring, mind you. I don't want to ever go alien hunting, ever. Oh, did you see the helicopter in Mars? Oh my, oh, I was a wee excited astronaut yesterday. I was all excited sitting here watching the wee helicopter. All it did was it went up, hovered about, and then it came back down. But that's a big step. People will be thinking, is that it? But that's a big step. Next, they're going to fly about Mars. And while I was watching, I was thinking, I've got Martian dust around one of my necklaces. Oh, Haley, it's your birthday today, my sweetie. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Haley. Happy birthday to you. It's just as well we've got gold dust here to remind me. I'm a terrible person. I forget everything. I forget what I go into the kitchen and I forget what I was going in for, and I stand there like that. And then I think, well, I'll need to go back into the living room now and stand there and walk through the steps. And if I forget, oh, she's 60. Oh, Jenny, I left when I was 15. I left school when I was 15, but I went to college for the remaining time that I had to serve, and I done mechanical engineering, which I loved. I loved doing mechanical engineering. But it was they told me when I was doing it that if a guy that was rubbish at the job came up and there was me that knew everything about mechanical engineering, they'd have gave it to the guy first, because this was back in the 80s. And of course, back in the 80s, people used to think that girls weren't as good as boys with jobs and stuff. A true story, that. I loved doing the mechanical engineering. Here, and I'd done electronics, and I never electrocuted myself once. Making up for it now, though. Making up for it now. Yeah, oh, Haley, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a lovely, lovely day and get lots of cuddles. Cuddles are the thing that you want in your birthday, cuddles and stuff. Well, maybe a cake, maybe a wee bit of cake as well. I like carrot cake. Carrot cake's my favourite kind of cake. Love a bit of carrot cake, but I like lemon cake is a nice bit of fruit. Here, there's not much cake I don't like. I don't like too heavy a cake, you know what I mean? Christine, good morning to you, good morning. I do love carrot cake, see, but it's got a bit of nuts in it. Mmm. Oh, Chinese food. Oh, see, but that's my favourite food. That would be my death row food, would be Chinese, probably. You know, if push came to shove, it'd either be Chinese food for my last meal, or a roast. A roast with Yorkshire puddings and a nice bit of beef and gravy and roast totties and all that kind of stuff would be my death row meal. See, this is what me and my daughters like to sit and talk about. Our prison name, right, we've went through. What's our prison name going to be? Right, I'd need a good name to go in, because I would get done in. So I'd need a hard name going into prison. And our last meal, if we were on death row, we like to talk about that as well. We're just an ordinary family, really. I don't know. People, and we're going, I think you're wrong there with the Chinese. I think McDonald's is the way to go. Your last meal. I don't even know if they do that now in death row. I don't know if they do that anymore. They used to do it back in the day. You used to get a whatever you want. I don't even think they do it anymore. I think you just get your usual prison slop for your last meal, or ramen noodles. You know, you want a decent meal before you go. I don't know what crime I'm going to have to commit to get there. I'd need to go over to the USA, because we don't do the death penalty in Scotland. Oh, thank God they don't. I mean, although some people I do think there should be the death penalty for, but you've got to be 1,000,000% know who the person is before you give them the death penalty, because you don't want somebody going to the death row that's not actually done the crime. My favourite kind of Chinese food, I love chicken chow mein thin noodles and special fried rice. Any kind of fried rice. I love fried rice. Oh, do they still do it, Golfer Girl? There you are. They're a be alright then if I went to America and was on death row. I would choose. See, over in America, your Chinese food isn't like our Chinese food. It's different. Believe it or not, it is. It's different for ours because I had to get a black bean dish that was a fried rice dish and it was in Epcot. Hi Esther, how are you? Good morning. And it wasn't the same as our Chinese meal. I prefer our Chinese food. That's the one thing we've got better than yours. Everything else yous are better. But the Chinese food, I think I had something black bean when I was in Florida. Here, that Epcot though, right? You go into Epcot and there's a circle around Epcot, and each station is different parts of the world. You start in Mexico. Right, I'd never tried Mexican food. I quite like it now. You get Mexico, and then you've got all the way around. You've got Paris, my beautiful sky, Paris, and you've got Germany where they've done lovely sausages and mash. No, that was the British one that had the sausages and mash. What did we get in Germany? Oh, I can't remember. We got beer, I think, in Germany. That's a great place, that Epcot though. Oh yeah, fried rice. I love fried rice. Well, as I said, the USA Chinese meal wasn't like our Chinese meal. Ours is a better Chinese meal than what it was, and this was an Epcot. This was actually Chinese chefs and things like this that that, but it wasn't the same. I was like, this isn't the same. But see, while you're doing that, there's a show happening outside the window of the restaurant, and it's the most amazing acrobatics you've ever seen in your life. It's like, how can I put it? Like wee boys and wee girls, right? And there's like tubes and stuff like that, and they can go through the tubes backwards, like bum first, and contorting, is that the name of it? Oh, they can contort themselves. I was like, oh, that's sore. I was like, oh, I'd never get out of there. I mean, they've got their leg wrapped around their neck and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh, ouch. My body was sore watching it. Amazing show though, absolutely amazing, the show. Yeah, gold dust. It's funny that our Chinese is. In fact, I've been in Edinburgh a few times. Their Chinese is just the same as ours here in the West. But the Chinese food in America is a bit different. This is them all day, every day. Right, Mikey? Oh, tickled pink. Thailand. I would love to try some Chinese food. Is that the proper way to say that? I hope I'm not saying it wrong because that'd be terrible. Pad Thai. I've never tried that. Haley, it sounds good though. Sounds good. Do you know what I want to try? Vietnamese pho. It's called pho, and it's pronounced PHO, and they call it pho. And it's like a soup kind of thing. It's like a beef broth that they give you, and it's got all these noodles, and it's got spring onions and bean sprouts, and it's got meat, and it's got all this all put into this pho. Ooh, I was thinking that's a wee bit of bread dipped in that broth. That's what I'd be saying. Where's my bread? I need to dip. I'm a dipper. I like to dip. Yes, golfer. See, golfer girl, you're in the best place of all. You're in paradise. Actually, that's where golfer girl stays. In absolute paradise. And China. I mean, you've got all the wonderful and Japanese food as well. Yes, Haley, me too. There's some foods that I'm not going to. I'll tell you what food I'm not going to eat. I was talking to Sophie about it because I'm obsessed with watching food documentaries. There's a YouTube channel called The Greatest Ever Food Review Show, and it's a man that stays in Vietnam, and he goes all about the place, and he tries. Good morning, sweet Robert. He tries shellfish, and he tries all sorts of stuff. But there's a thing called a gooey duck. Google that out. Gooey duck, but it's spelled Geo, as in geoduck, you think it would be called. It's called a geoduck, and I'll tell you, it's phallic shape. Right, it looks like a phallic thing, but it's a little shellfish, right? But it squirts as well. It squirts. I was like, I'm not putting that. I'd be like, I'm not having that in my mouth. No chance. You just want to Google that thing. Well, the man actually took a geoduck to a restaurant, and they eat it raw. They eat it raw. They slice it very, very thin, this thing, and they eat it. The sashimi. I don't even know how the proper word, but they eat it. Eat it. I don't know. I'm not really for the geoduck. I'm not. I don't think I would want that in my mouth. Francesca, good morning to you. Good morning. I hope you're doing good. We're talking about one of our favourite subjects is food. We're talking. I always get right into it when I talk about food. That, and I would love a crawfish boil. Oh my God, I would love that. Yes, go for the geoduck. I mean, my mind couldn't help wonder. I was like, oh, and the squat as well, you've got to be careful. They'd get you in the eye. They'd get you in the eye, so they would, the geoducks. So crawfish, we don't have crawfish here either. Or see if we do, who knows, I've never seen a crawfish in my life. I've never seen maybe they would have got crawfish, but I've never seen one. But down in the south of the USA, oh, it looks amazing. They got a huge big drum and they boil it up, and they put all these seasonings in. They put mushrooms, smoked sausage, potatoes, sweet corn. Everything just gets banged in this pot. Crawfish, crab, lobster, everything in it. Prawns in this. And they boil it all up. And then what they do is they've got a big table and they just empty the whole thing over like that, and everybody just gets tucked in. It's like a big trough. I wouldn't mind. I'd have my face in the trough. I'd be like one of these. I'd be a piggy for the day. I don't mind that. That's all right. I would be the pig with the face in the trough. Yeah, I would like to try Thai food. I'd like to try some Thai food. Have I tried Thai curry? Thai green curry, is that's Thai food, isn't it? Oh, I like that. I've tried that. It's been a frozen one though, so it's probably an insult to the proper Thai green curries. But yeah, I like that. I like that. Yeah, I'll tell you, golfer girl stays in paradise. I'd swap her. If you want to come over here, golf girl, you can have the bungalow, and I'm going to go and lie under some palm trees with a pina colada. Yeah. So yeah, that I'll definitely want to, especially see when Sophie gets better. We plan on that. A boil, a seafood boil. I don't know where we're going to get all this seafood for. I mean, you're lucky. See if you go up there and you find a kipper, you're quite lucky. You're lucky to get a kipper. Foot, you can get foot. You just add water. My good, there you are. Golfer girl. I didn't even know that. But it looks really good. It's like a beet. See, I love soup. Soup, I love. And it's like a soup, but it's got everything in it. But I'd like to. I think I would like a bit of breaded butter just to dip in that broth. It looks beautiful. So I'd love to try that. I'd love to try lobster. Never tried it. Never tried crab. I've never had sushi. And avocado has never went by these lips. What else? There's a lot of things I've not tried, but I would love to try them all. I've just not had the opportunity to try them. I need somebody to take me around all this cuisine. I need to try that. Yeah. Guam. In fact, I've got my wee pencil case here that she gave me. Look. That's got all my wee pencils, because I write in my diary, so I do. See, there's my wee pens and pencils. You've had lobster tail with garlic, so that's the kind Sophie wants. She says that she's not really a big fan of the spicy sauces, but she would like our lobster with butter, melted butter with some garlic in it. I'm not. I'll give it all a go. Spicy or and mushrooms. I love mushrooms. All sorts of mushrooms. Never had the magic kind though. Ever. I've seen my brother though. I told you that story, didn't I? Absolutely true story again. And it was one of the days that my granny and my auntie Annie. Yes, I like keeping my wee diary. I've got my wee diary here that I write all sorts of. I better look. I draw pictures and things like that in it as well. So I'd like to do that. Here, I'll tell you the story again in case you don't know about my big brother. This was a way back again, late 80s, and my granny and my auntie were over visiting, and as I said, they were quite posh. So when they were having a swally, as we say, right, they called it a tiddly. Right, see if you were on it, I'd be, do you fancy a wee tiddly? Does anybody fancy a tiddly? Oh, yeah, a tiddly would be nice. I might like a tiddly. Right, and it was like a mixed drink for hell. It'd be a tumbler with whiskey, vodka, martini, Bacardi, Advocat, a wee bit of lemonade, and then you would have like an apple gracing the side of it and an orange and stuff. Mix it all up, a wee cherry on top like that, and that's your tiddly. Right, so one tiddly, they're going with one tiddly. So my auntie and my granny were up in my mum's house, tiddlied out their nut, right, tiddlied out their nut. And my brother comes back for spending the night with his friend. And I could see him out the window and he's standing for 50 minutes like that, looking at the grass, just staring at it like that. And he comes in and I could clearly see with his eyes, I didn't know what it was, but I knew he was on something. His eyes were popping out his head. And my granny went over him and started freaking him out. She didn't do it on purpose, but she was saying to him, do you know Sagittarians, now bear in mind she was tiddled, Sagittarians when they die, they come back as dolphins in their next life, right? And my brother's like that. And then she said, and do you know, if a bat was to fly into your face, it can blind you. I could, at that I thought, my brother needs my help. And I said, oh, Gran, come and see this. There's the dog's doing something in the garden, right? So I saved his life with there, and he went away up the stair. But the next day he told me it was those mushrooms that he was taking. And he was standing looking at the grass for 15 minutes because he said the individual thingies of grass were turning into people and all running about, he said. So I knew I've never tried anything like that because you've seen my imagination. I'd be the devil. The devil would be visiting me. I've got too much of an imagination for anything like that. Oh, but that's how they got him. Would you like a tiddly? We're having a tiddly here. Oh, I fancy a nice tiddly. A tiddly would be refreshing. Let's have a tiddly. Instead, let's have a piss up or let's have a swally. Oh. They used to get tiddlied out their nut quite a lot, actually, when I think about it. They used to be tiddlied a fair bit. It was fun to watch, though. It was fun to watch as a child. But the tiddlies looked good because they had Advocat in them, so they were yellow. Yellow. Yes, Jenny, I've been writing a lot about Sophie and how she's been doing and stuff like that. She sent me a video yesterday. I've watched it 20 times. I was nearly crying. Amanda was crying. Amanda was crying for an hour. She's got one of the other patients in the ward to take a video, and it's Sophie, and she's got, obviously it's like the physiotherapist is right next to her, but she's got the Zimmer frame, and they go, right, go Sophie, and she walks with the Zimmer frame from one end of the ward to the other end of the ward she walks. And when she stops at the end, she looks up at the camera, and the nurse says, well, give everybody a wave, and she was waving to the camera like that. And you could see how proud she was of herself. I was dying inside. I was like, I can't believe my baby's doing that now. I'm going to cry again. I better stop it. I'm telling you, it was so emotional yesterday again. This is just going to, we're just going to be one crying mess until she's completely better, because every step she's taken is, as I said, Amanda was crying for an hour yesterday. I was like, well, I wasn't crying, but I watched it 20 times. She's, oh, Haley, honest to God. I mean, it was on Saturday, I was just telling you that she managed to go from the seat to her bed, and now she's walking. Now the ward's not, it's not a huge big long ward. It's a kind of, it's got 4 beds in it, the ward that she's in, and she managed to go from one end to the other, which is like a marathon for us. So yeah, we're all so I've been writing a lot about Sophie in my diary, a lot of things, because when I read back on the first couple of pages, it was diabolical, because we were terrified. Open-minded, there's my gorgeous open-minded. Good morning. Open-minded, still no wasps. I've got my fake wasps nest up the back. I showed you that. So I'm hoping that the pesky little wasps don't decide to come here for a visit this year. I'd need to phone the man out again. I can't even mind if he was good looking. The gas guy here, see, when it's gas inspection time, I'm going to be dressed up. I'm going to have sequins on. I'm going to look as if I'm going to a nightclub when that guy comes back to the door. That was one of the days I was like, God, it's funny that, right, you go out the house and you're a hot mess and you think, I'm only going out for milk, I'll be back in a set. And you happen to meet people that you've not seen for 20 years and you're thinking to yourself, and they look gorgeous. And I'm in my pyjamas, like, oh, for Linda, you could have put trousers on, but you wear jammies for. Oh. Yeah, the gas man, that was a surprise. And he had his wee mask over his face, but I could still tell, open-minded, that I would not say no to the fella. If he asked me out for a little tiddly, I'd be like, I'll tiddly you, all right, son, I'll come out with you. Of course, I wouldn't be calling him son, that'd be creepy as F. Gold Dust, I know, we're so absolutely thrilled. She's doing amazing. And just seeing her waving as well at the camera, I was like, my heart's going to burst with joy. I think even in the hospital, they're pretty amazed at how good she is. I've already got 2 thumbs down. People hate me. Give her, she laughs too much, her. Give her a thumbs down. I'm sick of her. Oh, open-minded. I was just saying, she sent me a video that I can't reach it from my phone, but he's on it. And she's walking from one side of the ward to the other side of the ward, but she's walking with a little Zimmer frame. But that's absolutely amazing for what she was. When I first saw her, she couldn't even lift her arm. There's a CAT out there. Right, it's away. She couldn't even lift her arm at first. So she's came a long way. Thank you, Goldust. Yes, please give me a little thumbs up, because, you know, I've got haters. I've got people that hate me. I'm just trying to relax folk, but you still get it. And I was annoyed yesterday. It was beautiful. Thank you, open-minded. Mikey! My beautiful friend Jen, Visual Sounds 1. I love Jen. Jen's got a special place in my heart. I really, really love her. And she's awesome at ASMR. She puts me to shame. And she got a terrible comment. Somebody said to her something about how she's too thin and that she could eat burgers, pizza, donuts. Somebody left her a shopping list. And that took me back to like the thing that we've got going on with Sophie. Although Jen's nowhere near where Sophie is, but people just saying things like that, it's just rude. They just don't know what's going on. Jen looks perfectly healthy to me. She doesn't look in any which way as if there's any kind of problem. But somebody just saying that, it's horrible. So I was annoyed at that. So I felt, who is this person? I'll deal with them. Get behind me, Jen. Oh, Kaylee, I know. I mean, you get them. Even as I say, the wee otter. Remember the wee otter that I was watching? He used to get hate. Who hates the baby otter? And the trial. Oh, see how I've been watching the trial. The chat's been brutal, and they've just let it go on. All these troll comments that I would never even repeat some of the stuff that they were saying. It was, and there's no point. See, if you were to say to these people that's a terrible comment you just made, they would start trolling you. So they would. That's the way they work. See, as soon as they get a thing that people can't be anonymous behind their computer screen, then that'll be better. There'll be none of this trolling. Yes, I know. They don't bother me, Jenny. People, listen, I know that I'm not everybody's cup of tea. That's the thing. I do know that. I know that I'm a lot of work. I'm a lot of work. A lot of people must be like, see her, I cannot stand her ASMR. Oh, this dog going to be sick. Right, outside. What have you been eating? My God. The dog has been sick. Oh, what has he been eating? I tell you, you got up fast at that noise. My leg's busted up, but as soon as you hear that noise, you're up. Thank you, Hayley. I like this chat to be like full of people that are full of love. It's a loving channel. And a lot of times it's gutter channel as well, but mostly loving channel. And even the haters, I still love them. Still love yous even though yous hate me. Okay, I know, do you know, open-minded, I can't even think there's probably one or two times in my whole YouTube career I've left a thumbs down. And then it's been something really bad that I've left the thumbs down on. If I don't like a channel, I just don't go in. Or if I didn't like a video, I just leave. You know, I don't put a thumbs up, I just leave. But I watch, you know, but some people can't wait to... I'm not even on 20 seconds and I've got my first thumbs down. I don't know. Is that me a proper YouTuber? I don't know if that's me went through my... What do you call it? Initiation. I went through. In fact, lovely Elena had put up a video one day and she got a troll. And she said to me, you see this comment? And she got a troll. I said, that's you made it. I said, see, once you start getting trolled, this is you've made it. Well done. I delete all mine, tickled pink. Mine's got all deleted. There'd be too many for me to keep. Do you know, Jenny, I just said that phrase this morning to my mum. This is another true story. Talking to my mum this morning. And she said, because she's always saying her and my dad are on a diet. Every day I get they're on a diet. That's us on a diet. And we're not feeding the dog as much because the dog's overweight. Right, I get that every single day. So this morning she said to me, yeah, poor dad, right? She says, he took the dog out a W, took him out a walk, and met a lady in the street. They've got their masks and all that on. And she said to my dad, oh my God, you've put the weight on. You're looking awful fat. I said, who says that? I said, who says that to somebody? See, if I was out and I seen someone and I thought, Christ, they've put on a couple of stone in weight, I wouldn't be saying it to them, oh, you've put on a couple of stone, haven't you? I'd be saying, how are you keeping? How's your family? How's the kids? That's great news. You're looking awful fat. She said, Milo, good morning to you. I said to my mum, my dad should have turned round and said, aye, and you're looking awful ugly, and at least I can lose the weight. Burn. I may be fat, but you're ugly, and I can lose the weight. How do you like me now? But I think my dad dad was like that. I think my dad was took back. Cause a good morning to you. Imagine saying that to my dad. You're looking awful fat. Who says that to somebody? I'd never say that. I'd never say that to somebody. Hey, oh, you've put the pounds on. You know that's going to hurt them. Cause of that's okay. I don't mind a bit of swearing. You know that I sometimes it flies out my mouth. Sometimes I've got a sailor mouth. Oh, Gold Dust, it's your doggy's birthday. Well, that's still an important day. They always get a new toy on their birthday, and they'll also get some cold meat. That's a special sausage. See, everything they get, like chews and stuff, it's a sausage. Look at her face because I said the word. Which is sausage. No, too busy looking at dogs out the window. Yeah, that's my dad got. My dad got, you're looking fat. Oh, I'd never say that to somebody. Now, you must know saying that to somebody's going to hurt them. Or equally saying to somebody, like my beautiful friend Jen, or my Sophie, about looking too thin. Oh, you're looking awfully thin. That's going to hurt someone's feelings. See if you think that, keep that thought to yourself and just say, how's the family? There's a million things you can talk about. The weather, for instance. We Scots love to talk about the weather. So my mum said my dad's on his diet now. Because somebody else said it to him. Yeah, well, see, I mean, I'm a fatty myself. I really am a fatty. I've got a big belly, but listen, I'm still alive, which is a bonus for me because I'm living in borrowed time here. That's what I'm living on. It should have been my time a few years back there, but I'm still going. So I'm enjoying myself. I'm eating Haagen-Dazs ice cream at night. Chinese food at the weekend. Why not? I'm having a ball. I'm having a party. I'm partying as if it's 1999. Oh, Prince. I loved Prince. That was heartbreaking for me when Prince passed away as well. Purple Rain was my favourite album, probably. One of my favourite albums of all time. The man was a genius. The man could play every musical instrument under the sun. And that was Opioids. Yeah, open-minded, but the thing is that somebody knows that that's going to hurt someone. I would know if I seen someone put on the weight, I would hurt their feelings if I was to say that. And this person obviously knew that they were going to hurt my dad's feelings. Just as well I'm here and he's out in Falkirk and I would be going out, chapping their door. Hey you, saying that to my father again. That's rude. Cause I seen. Cause I seen at my mum's, but my dad can take a joke and stuff like that. My dad's. I suppose I get a lot of my sense of humour from my dad. As I said, remember I was nearly in a fight. I was nearly in a fight before at a cancer hospital, nonetheless. In case you don't know that story, it was there's a cancer hospital in Glasgow called the Beatson, and it's for your radiotherapy. So when I was going there, you go there, like chemo you do it once every 3 weeks. When you do radiotherapy, it's every single day at the same time. You go and you get your radio. I think it was for 3 weeks solid, every day, same time. So when we went there, it was like sharks. We always said you're going round and round and round, waiting in a car parking space, and then a car parking space would happen and you'd have your indicator on to get in, because there was a lot of cars circling. So this one day we were doing the shark thing, we were going round and round and round. Next time my dad brakes hard like that and then reverses into a space. And a lady passes and was saying, yeah, and saying bad words and making hand gestures and stuff like that to my father. And I was saying to my dad, did you see her there? How rude's that? She was saying things to you there, Dad. And we're in here, I'm getting my radio thing. I'm going to speak to her. That's ridiculous. Like that, my dad said nothing. We got in the lift and we were going, the radiotherapy department was down, so we were going down in the lift, and he starts laughing. I said, "That's terrible, that woman." He said, I gave her the finger. I said, "Father, I could have been in a fight. I could have been in a fight there. Don't do that. Behave yourself when you're out with me." Oh, Jenny, I know it's terrible. People should be allowed to be whoever they are. You don't need to all be like supermodels. Go, that's right. Saying that, man, you're fat. You're looking fat. My poor dad. Uh, See, as well, Haley, that's how I was kind of blaming myself with Sophie's situation. We were all blaming ourselves with Sophie's situation. And I remember when she did start losing a bit of weight, and I was saying, "Oh my God, you look fabulous. Look at her." And I was saying to everybody, "Wait till you see her, Sophie. She's got a wee tiny waist and everything like that. She looks absolutely marvellous." Other people were going, "Oh my God, you look fabulous, Hen." Right? So I don't know if that was the start of the slippery slope. That must have felt good. Oh, everybody's loving the way I'm looking. And she's took it a wee bit too far. Then when she's wanted to try and start eating and everything like that, her body just was refusing it. See, as I say, I love people of all shapes and sizes. I'm not just attracted to really skinny people. I like some people with a bit of meat on their bones. You know what I mean? And see, with me, it's people's nature and the way they are. I'm attracted to. It's not the outer package that I'm attracted to. It's the person herself. Always has been like that. Oh my goodness, Jenny, my goodness. See, it breaks my heart, and watching, if you can imagine what we've went through the past month here. It's been, in fact, it's not even the past month. With Sophie, it's been going on for about 10 years now. This has been going on, and it's not been her. And I've been saying it's not her fault. I don't want her to ever think this is her fault. It's a mental thing that you've got to cure the mind as well as the body when it's eating disorders and stuff like that. They can't just fix her up and then toss her out into the street, because the mind wouldn't be fixed. So we need to do that. But the whole thing is, see, young boys and girls for an early age shouldn't feel this kind of pressure, especially with social media. That's terrible, this pressure. So just say to any of your children and that don't fall for it. These people are trolls. They're trolls. And see, if it's not your way, they'll pick on anything. I've had it my whole life, so I did. I got bullied my whole life because I was a bit different from everybody else. Yeah, as I said, Goldust, Dawn French. I thought Dawn French was she was quite a meaty woman, and I really liked Dawn French. So there's a lot, but then again, she's got a great nature. You know, she's got a really really good nature, and that's what attracts me is the nature of people. So I like people of all shapes and sizes, all colours, religions. I'm open to anything. I don't know. Do you think I'm maybe desperate? I don't know. People have gone, "That Blueberry's desperate," by the way, so she's desperate. I've never seen anybody so thirsty in my life. Thirsty is what she is. Yeah, see, ASMR Tickle Pink, I had the whole thing with my foot when I was growing up, and I used to fall over to the side. I used to break bones all the time in that foot. That's why they had to eventually put a metal rod up there so that I couldn't fall over anymore. And then with the scoliosis, see, when I hit puberty, when you've got scoliosis, your whole one side grows faster than the other. So my shoulders would be uneven, my hips were uneven. You know, I would have a limp when I was walking. So I used to get, not only did I have the most horrendous time with being in hospitals and sore things done to me, and my mum and dad couldn't stay, and I was having to be left. I mean, I should have a violin out doing that to myself. But not only did I have that, when I did come out, I was getting bullied off people as well. So it was a horrendous time for me, so it was. So I know what that's like. But as I say, do you know what? Karma's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Karma's an amazing thing, because when I got to my teenage, past the early teens, everything started to kind of level out. Maybe not completely, but mostly leveled out. And I get prettier and all that. And I remember going up to one of the nightclubs here, dancing away to Madonna and things like that, you know, and guys would be coming to ask me out, and I'd be like, no, I'm going with somebody and that. And I remember seeing one of the guys that bullied me relentlessly. And obviously he didn't recognise me because I had blossomed into a beautiful swan. Blossomed into a swan I had. And he came over and he asked to dance me, and I looked him up and down and went, get lost. And it felt good. I was like, there you go, karma. Yes, Celia, exactly. I like an inside. Do you know what? See if they're like beautiful on the outside and they've got a horrible inner core. No, I'm not having that. See, like, say, Robin Williams. I loved him as well, right? And he might not be the most, it might not be the most attractive man, but I thought, see, living with him, that must be wonderful. Living with that guy, he would have me laughing all the time. So things like that's the kind of saying that Aquaman now. I know. See if he was. I'd just say don't talk Aquaman. See if he was a horrible person. I'd just say shh, don't say anything. Goldust, it felt so good. It felt so good because he didn't recognise who I was, and he used to bully me every day. Every day going to school, he used to say things to me. But when he seen me, I had the blonde hair. At this point, you know, I was like Marilyn Monroe / Madonna. Dancing away with my rara skirt on, my bangles. Oh, here, and I always had luminous things on, you know. You had to have a whistle in the days. You had to have a whistle because see if a rave tune come on, you'd have to do your raving. But that was good. That felt good for me. I thought, get it right up here. I thought, how the tables have turned, eh? But I had transformed from an ugly duckling. Yes, Haley. But see, in school, everybody get bullied for something. See, if you were too smart, you get bullied. See, if you were dumb, you get bullied. If you were too tall, bullied. Short, bullied. Funny walk, bullied. I mean, ugly, bullied. Wear glasses, bullied. Had freckles, bullied. We all get bullied for something. Everybody get bullied. That was the time. That's how my children, they were warned. If I catch who's bullying them, you'll be grounded, you'll have toys taken away from you, and you'll have hurt me right here, hurt my heart. So they knew not to do anything like that. My kids were always wonderful. Even Amanda was a tricky child, let's put it that way. You seen her on Saturday, she's tricky. But even then, she wouldn't bully somebody. They were warned. See if anybody comes to my door and you've been bullying, it's going to be the thing. Sparks will fly. Not that I would ever hit them. Yes, God, see that's it. Everybody get picked on for anything. You'd get picked on about say my dad was a bus driver. Oh, your dad's a bus driver. You know, you'd get bullied for that. If somebody's dad was a postman, they would get bullied. You know, somebody never had the proper. They're not Adidas trainers. They're out at Asda. It was just anything. You'd get bullied for absolutely anything. But I warned my kids. Ah, Sophie, good morning to you. I wonder, how's your pigeon doing? How's your beautiful, beautiful pigeon? My pigeons need fed, actually. My pigeons need more food. They go through some amount of food. And see if the food's not out there, they sit in the window looking at me. Where's the food lady with the fat balls? Remember my dad? I says, I says the pigeons get fat balls, and my dad said maybe it's the way he's standing. I was like, Father, see, that's where I get my wicked sense of humour. I wonder, see, Goldust, I wonder if it's just Glaswegian schools or if it's just all schools that are like that. Because our school was, I'll tell you, the first school I was in was a Catholic school. That was pretty bad. Because it wouldn't be just the kids you'd get bullied off, you get bullied the teacher. And then when I went to high school, it was a non-denominational. I went, but you get bullied there. I mean, we get bullied wherever we go. Oh my goodness. Oh, Sophie, you need to send me pictures because your pigeons are adorable. Yeah, all schools are kind of the same, Haley. Mine was bad. But I was relentless for me. I used to get it every single day. Every day. I mean, I used to see the people and I'd feel my stomach drop because I knew it was coming, the comments. And then to do that when I was older and beautiful. I was old and beautiful. And a lot of times, look, I had a good body back in the day. I don't know what happened to it now. It's all gone pear-shaped. But I was really pretty back in the day. Although I didn't go empty when I went to the nightclubs because I was still going out with my boyfriend, which was my ex-husband. I'd been going with him since I was 12. He was 13. So I've not had that much of a romantic life, as you can imagine. But I do visualise what it must be like. I do visualise now and again. What am I watch these films with true love and stuff. How can that not happen to me? I want to be on a beach run like slow motion into someone's arms. Here, there's no way I could run on a beach. Thank you, open mind. Thank you. I know, freckles. People used to get bullied. I loved freckles. My wee niece had lots of freckles, and she used to cover them up with foundation. I'm going, what are you doing covering your freckles? Freckles are beautiful. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go. The sun's went away again. The sun was out, but I've got a feeling they're sick out there. I'm going to need to go and clean up because I don't know what he's been eating. He'll go out there and he'll eat grass or something. Make himself sick. So I should be back tomorrow to see you all. I hope you have a wonderful day. And Haley, have a lovely birthday. And I'll see you all tomorrow. So I'm going to give you a big smackaroonie. Bye, everyone.